Okay, guys, you were at Masraff's on Post Oak Boulevard. Consistently one of the highest rated restaurants, not only in Uptown, but in all of Houston. I love this place. And I am with the sommelier, Iron Sommelier of Houston a couple of times. This guy knows his stuff in Masraff's. And since we're finally into cold weather most days.
Yes, finally. Well, ish.
Most days anyway. We're talking some of the fall, winter cocktails, right? And
yeah.
Some incredible dishes to pair with. And you all always come up with some very creative drinks. And today we've got a few winners for sure.
So what we've done here is put together a little fall winter selection. We brought back one of your favorites as well.
Well, it's not only one of my favorites. I like to say Masraff set the stage, really kind of a trend for the nation a couple of years ago with your Pumpkin Martini. This is dessert in a glass.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly dessert in a glass. And it's quite a simple cocktail. We're using, organic pumpkin puree, a little bit of condensed milk, but put it together and add the spices to it, and it's really all you need at the end of the meal.
Yeah.
It's a delightful cocktail. It tastes like pumpkin pie.
It does. Open your imagination, and you and your guests will love it. But we've got a couple of other great ones, too.
These are some new ones for us, and we thought we'd take some twists on old classics. First off, this is our take on a French 75, a classic sparkling wine cocktail. But in this, we've added a bit of a cranberry liqueur and a few other proprietary ingredients, just to give it a bit more of a seasonal taste. You get that rush from the sparkling wine, but a hint of the cranberry, a hint of spice. It's really a lovely cocktail for this time of year.
So champagne lovers will like it, but a traditional cocktail fan will as well, right?
They'll definitely identify with what it is, because the base is essentially a French 75.
Oh, yeah.
It's good, right?
Oh, that's nice. And that little fizz that it got from the bubbles is fabulous.
So this is the next cocktail, sort of a favorite of mine, a recent trip to Italy, which we've talked about a lot. Really inspired me with this concept of just the flavor set of that northern section of Italy, the Alps, the whole Alpine area there. So we started playing with it, and I brought in some of the liqueurs from Italy, and it's like, well, maybe we can, instead of having just a straight vermouth, add some of these more savory Alpine elements into the cocktail. To start with, this is an Amaro, so a bitter. This is flavored with a mixture of quinine, cardamom, hints of vanilla, and a number of other things which they won't tell us what they are, I'm sure. But with that, I've added something that is really very unique. It's made with pine cones.
Yeah.
It's from the high Alps in Austria, and these guys actually shimmy up the pine trees, harvest these special pine cones, distill them, and make this really intense pine-flavored liqueur. Now, it's very, very strong, so we don't use much of it. In fact, I just sort of wash the glass. But with that, you get an aroma, this burst of aroma of what the Alps would be. And since the reason we call it our Manhattan Alpino.
That is fabulous. And again, some of the dishes to go with here are the best.
Yeah, so again, we're always experimenting with different items and different things. And so we've brought in a product. It's actually a venison, but it's a New Zealand red deer that we've got farm raised. It's a beautiful product, very consistent, low fat content, great flavor. And we paired it with a nice Texas quail. That with some sweet potato, and it's a fantastic homage to the season, but also just that little more, again, earthy, down-to-earth kind of a combination, which works so well in Houston.
Pretend there's snow outside, right?
Yeah, well, we'll forget about the palm trees for the day.
And you have probably one of the highest quality fish, one that's very rare and hard to get.
It was something we would sell out of right away because it's so popular. Well, we've made some connections, we've talked to some people, we know some guys, and now we have our hands on a good source for this Onaga snapper. And it is really becoming one of the most popular dishes we have. I could wax poetic about it all, but you're just gonna have to come and try it.
Well, no, it's phenomenal, as are all the foods here. And I should mention, the wine list here is like none other you'll see anywhere. It makes for a perfect meal, a perfect pairing. It's Masraff's in Uptown. Ben, thank you.
Thank you, Tanji.